Hi guys, and welcome to another episode from my FIFA 14 career with AFC Wimbledon. Firstly guys, I'd like to start off with a little apology, well actually a massive apology. I recorded an episode earlier today on, where are we, we're on Wednesday, and basically I've just come to try and edit the video, put it into Sony Vegas, and it's come up file corrupted Windows Media Player, cannot open this file. I've tried for the last hour to get the file to work, and unfortunately it hasn't. So we have missed, well in the video you guys have missed what's happened since the season started, a couple of cup games and some transfers. So this is going to be a little episode now just to bring you up to date with what has happened. I'll show you all the results, the players that have come in, the players that have departed, and then after this I'm going to then render it, get it uploaded, and I will be recording another video. So there will be two uploads for you today, just this little one now which will have what's happened, and then there will be me carrying on as normal. Once again guys, I'm really sorry this has happened. I don't know what I could have done to fix it. Windows Media Player will not open the file. I go into the Elgato software, I reproduce the file, and still the same thing happens. I managed to get a half decent quality video, but there was no audio, so I'd have to go over the audio again, and I started to do that, but I noticed that there was a lot of shifts. The video would it would sort of freeze even though the timer was going up, and it would freeze during a couple of the games, so you'd see the start of a game and then next thing you'd see the simulation continuing on the date, and it just didn't look that great. I didn't want to put out a poor video for you, so I thought I'll show you now what's gone on. At least it's not stopped working and I haven't had to start again from scratch, but what I am going to start doing now is I'm just gonna record one video at a time, then render it out, so if there's any issues then I know. I'm also going to start two different saves. By that I mean, I'll show you now. Basically I'm going to save it, but I'm going to save this and I'm going to save it as Crazy Gang 2, and I'll save this episode as Crazy Gang 2, load this, then when I save the next one I'll save it as Crazy Gang. There you go, that should have worked, and there should now be 2. No, there isn't, there's just a 1. Right, let's save this one as Crazy Gang, and then I'll save one and then I'll load it up and I'll rewrite over the other one to save that one, and I will just constantly have it where I'm not using the same one, so should anything like this happen again I potentially can go back and redo the video and replay the games. I'm hoping it's not going to happen again. But I have also had, I don't know if anyone else has got the early release, I've had issues with Ultimate Team where I've had a disconnect even though I'm on fibre optic, and I've also had freezing screens. Luckily career mode's been okay. But right, let's show you what's gone on. Let's go to the calendar and I'll show you the games that have been played. So you've seen the friendlies that we had. First game of the season was against Newport County away. It was a 1-1 draw. We then had a game against Bristol City in the Capital One Cup, which we lost 2-1. We played Wickham in the league away from home and won that one 2-1. And we then played Rochdale at home in the league, and unfortunately we lost our first loss of the season. We lost that one 1-0. Then played Hartlepool away from home and lost that one 2-1. Then had Plymouth in the Johnson's Paint Trophy, lost that one 2-0. And finally managed to get back to winning ways in the final game on transfer deadline day, where we beat Dagenham 2-1. I will show you the league table now. We are currently, I believe, in 10th. Yep, we're in 10th. Played 5, won 2, drawn 1, lost 2. Scored 5, conceded 4. So the worrying thing is we're not scoring many, but obviously we're also not conceding many. 3 teams, Bristol Rovers, Plymouth and Chesterfield, all unbeaten. Plymouth and Bristol Rovers have both won all of their games. Down the bottom of the table, Torquay haven't won a game, along with Mansfield, Fleetwood and Scunthorpe. Torquay are bottom just because they have the 2 draws. Mansfield conceded the most down the bottom, along with Northampton, both conceded 9. At the top, Plymouth scored 9. They are the 3rd highest scorer, but Oxford and Bristol Rovers lead the way, both scoring 10. Impressive Rochdale only conceded 1. Was that against me, or was that I can't remember if I lost that game 2-1, or was it 1-0? Let's have a quick look. Rochdale, we lost that on 1-0, so unfortunately that I can't claim that my the goal Rochdale conceded was against me. Team stats, let's have a look. Average, this is the one we really want to see. Alan Bennett at the back has played 3 games, got an average of 72. Michael Smith up front has got 1 goal and 1 clean sheet, he's got an average of 70. Jack Midson got 1 goal, 2 assists, an average of 68. Suleiman Kubalay has got 1 goal in 4 games with an average of 68. Kevin St. Luce, average of 67. Reece Weston, an average of 66. Charlie Sheringham, 65. And down the bottom, holding the way up, is George Frankham with an average of 57. Callum Kennedy hasn't played again yet. Ashley Bays hasn't played. Badra, one of my new signings, which I will now show you. I don't think there's any point showing you player stats. It is in-depth stats. You can see there who's the top. It's Ferry and Morgan, top scorers in the league. FA Cup, there's no top scorers. Capital One Cup, Newport lead the way with Flint. Johnson's Paint Trophy, Doyle and Doyle. 1 for Wolves, 1 for Chesterfield. League 2. Assists. We have Midson there with 2. Clean sheets. We have no one there. Well, maybe we want our guy made to be further down with just 1 clean sheet, although I don't actually know if we've had a clean sheet yet. I don't think we have. Yellow cards. Fuller has 2 for us. Anyone else? I don't think so. And red cards. Hwang Sok Ho had a red card, he got 2 yellows. First one after 7 minutes, I think the second one was after 16. So that did put him out of favour with me. Right, transfers. Let's show you who has come in. Oh, we had an offer from Hartlepool for Jack Midson. They offered 180,000. I said they could have him for 500,000, just basically being cheeky, which I was actually pretty livid with, to be honest, because when it came out, my board were only going to give me, I think, 200,000 for transfers. But we have a couple of new players in, a couple of players have left. As I mentioned before, we have a new keeper. We have Badra Ali Sangare, rated 67. His stats are pretty good. The diving 72, handling 66, reflex 67, positioning 66. His reactions 66, a couple of low ones in stamina. Agility could be potentially an issue. He's Ivorian, he's only 27 years old, he's on £4 a week. He's the best of what I could afford. There was others that I would have liked to have brought in, but you could clearly tell what players you could bring in, what players you couldn't bring in by their stats. The players that had yellows and green on their stats were wanting 6,000 a week, especially the free agents. So I couldn't afford to bring in one of them. And the Sangare had the best stats out of the players I could afford. He had I looked at it and worked through it, and he had the fewest red stats out of the players that I could afford. In order to get Sangare in, I've let one of my keepers go. I've let Seb Brown leave. He's gone for 80,000, so with that I put it all across to wages and could afford to bring in Sangare. Yes, he's 23 years old and Sangare is 27, but I have a 67 rated keeper, which I thought was needed. Sweeney, I let him go as well. I was potentially toying with keeping him and using him on the left side of midfield, but we got 80,000 for him and I thought that was pretty good. Hwang Sok Ho came in, rated 63, can play centre back. See there, he's got some decent acceleration and sprint speed stats. Heading accuracy is pretty good, marking is good. His short pass is good, what we need just to play balls out. Standing tackle 67, slide tackle 64, and he can play centre back, right back, left back. Defensive work rate is high. Antwill has left the club for 30,000. He's only rated 56. Trying to get rid of the lowest if I can and bring in better, which I did there. His salary and also his transfer helped bring in other players. Obviously, Bodorov has come in rated 66. Great centre back. We have Azogwe rated 63. Beer has left. Fayez has obviously gone on loan. Kubali's come in on loan. Bamba's out on loan. Jack in on loan. So you take out the loan, 2, 3, 4 loan, 3 out, 1 in, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 players who have left the club and 5 players that have come into the club, and we've got rid of players who are rated 51, 56, 59 and 58 and brought in 67, 63, 66, 63 rated. So we've got 4 out and 4 in, sorry, not 5 in. I thought we had 5 in, but the one we've only got in is a loan rating. So technically we brought in all players that are rated 60. I think that's everything to show you. I've moved to a 4-4-2 formation. I felt it was better for the team. I'm not too keen on the 4-4-1-1 formation right now. I may change this formation. I'm still unsure about it. We have moved up to a 2-star team as well, which is I think a pretty good thing to do already, to get ourselves up to 2 stars from the 1 star that we were on. Bodorov was unfortunately injured and out for a while. He's out for 8 weeks. That is upon a bit of a ball ache, but obviously 1 has gone up to a 60. He was 57 to start with. I'll quickly do now in this little episode for you. I will show you the squad report and show you how everyone has got on. 1 up 1. Contract expiring in 10 months. Reece Weston stayed the same. Don't expect him to change much. I'm going to try and get rid of him in a January transfer window if possible. Who have we next? We have Bodorov, who has stayed the same. He's out for 8 weeks. See there, torn calf muscle. Bennett stayed the same. See, a lot of their players are looking to be out of contract next season, so I am going to have to potentially just sign some of them up as cover. Otherwise we are going to be left with virtually no players, which is going to be a worry for us coming into next season, but we'll have to see who we can bring in the meantime, especially in the winter transfer window, who we can get rid of, who we can bring in. Frampton's down 1. Yes, he's a leader of men, but you see that he's played in 4 games. We haven't kept 1 clean sheet while he's been in there. It's fair, actually, I don't think we've even kept 1 clean sheet this season. George Porter, great player. Love to make him a regular signing right now. We have Harry Peel, who's gone up 1 to a 60. Sammy Moore has gone up 1. Jack Midson has stayed the same, got 1 goal, 2 assists, as I mentioned before. I'm playing him on the left midfield for now. Got Michael Smith, who's gone up 1 to a 62. Kubalai's gone up 1 to 63. Azogwe has stayed the same, but he's in bad form. Hwang Sok Ho, 1 red card, 1 yellow card in 4 games. Pretty poor that. Kevin St. Luce has stayed the same right now, hoping to give him a bit more game time. Chris Arthur has gone up 1 to 58. Ashley Bay's gone down, but obviously we're expecting that. He's 41, he's retiring. Callum Kennedy has gone up 1 to 58. Sheringham has stayed the same. I'd love to try and just get rid of him. I don't think he's going to be a good player for us this season, but we shall have to see. Balial Sangali up 1 to 67 already, and he's not even played a game. He's been in the club 2 days. Fenlon, he's one I'm hoping does get some game time. See, we're out of the 2 cup competitions that I'm hoping we're going to get a run in, the JPT and the Capital One Cup. So we are banking on a run in the FA Cup, at least to the 3rd round, I'd hope. The Premier League tie, hopefully get some cash in. Frankham up 1 to 61. Luke Moore has stayed the same. Fuller stayed the same. Jack Hart is on loan at Rotherham, he's up 1. Bamba is the same, he's on loan at Newport. Fayer's up 1, he's on loan at Trapani. And that's the team, guys. Once again, I am really sorry, and a huge apologies to everyone for missing out the episode, not being able to get you that one. I will have this one out with you. Let's have a quick look at the time. Hopefully, we're talking 5 o'clock Wednesday evening, and then hopefully around 8 o'clock Wednesday evening, there will be another episode where we'll go through hopefully September and October. Thanks for watching, guys.